Oh, what is going on, everyone? It has been a couple minutes. Oh, you might see the front is a little different. I did allude to like a new bike like a year ago, and here it is. We got the Yamaha V-Star 1300 Deluxe Special Edition. 1300cc motor in the rapid red and blacked out hardware option, hard saddlebags, and I've added a Harley tour trunk on the back, and life is good. Life is good. When I got it, I had the stock exhaust, and now it is I just switched the exhaust out in March. I put the Freedom Performance 2-in-1 Combat, and oh my dear Lord, it sounds beautiful. There we go. So we're just going for a little scoot around town. I tried to do a video probably a couple weeks now. It was probably like a month, and I forgot to turn my microphone on. So I turned the mic on and then tried to restart, and then once I got to where I was going, I realized that it didn't record anything. So I had like a 30-second clip with no sound. So yeah, here we are. Hopefully this works. So we are still in Chatham, Ontario. It is June 7th, and still doing the COVID thing, and it's getting annoying. Everywhere else is starting to open up, and we're still locked down. We just had a stay-at-home order lift, but like nothing's open. Can't go anything, you know, only essential products from Walmart. None of the restaurants are open or anything like that. So it's been tough. It's starting to get to me a little bit, but just gotta. Still going to work. You know, we're busy at work, and yeah, it's been fun. Not. And like with the band and stuff, we haven't played a show since October, and usually this is our busy time of the year. Usually we're busy as all hell, and we got one at the end of the month. You know, everything pending, but as far as that, let's all play it by ear. You know, they could turn around and cancel everything next week, and there's nothing we'd be able to do about it. So that's that. But yeah, new bike. This thing is awesome. I mean, I've had it for a year now, so like the honeymoon phase is kind of over, but like I'm super comfortable with it now. I thought it was going to be a big deal going from the 750cc or right up to a 1300. There was no in between for me, really, and it was kind of scary at first, me being a new rider. But last season, I took this thing all over the place. I went to Grand Bend. We went to like Port Stanley a bunch of times, and like the other ports, and then in September I should have brought the friggin' GoPro. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe too much to worry about, maybe. But we went up to the Muskokas for 4 days. So like a day riding up, day riding back kind of thing, and then a couple days of riding up there. I had never been up there before, and it was fantastic. I always complain around here that everything here is like flat land, and there's really nothing. Like it's all just straight roads, and only a couple little bendy roads here and there around here. But no, like that was a great trip. And they're talking about going up again this year. I don't think we're gonna go, but next year, once the border opens up, we're gonna go into the States and do some good riding there, I think. Sounds like a plan to me. Oh yeah. All the traffic today is getting annoying. Yeah, I should have turned. Should have merged. I'm gonna wait for these guys. Of course, this guy is going to try and turn left on this light. This is annoying. I can smell bacon. Like actual bacon. We're just going to do a little scoot around town. I got to work midnights tonight. We're still on a continental rotation, so I'll work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., which is a barrel of laughs, let me tell you. But I work in the auto sector, and with like the chip shortage and everything, things are kind of slowed down. They're still trying to get us, you know, work to do, you know, but we've had layoff days and days where we're just dead and like try and send us home early and stuff like that. But when you only work 4 days 1 week, 12-hour shifts, and then the next week of the rotation you're only working 3, as soon as you get rid of one of those shifts or you go home halfway through a shift, oh, do you ever feel it? My paychecks have been awful, and with no gigs or anything like that with the band, there's no income to supplement that, right? So it's like they take away, it's like you're working a full-time and a part-time job, and they take away your part-time job, and you still got to do all the things that you got to take care of all the things that you normally would with the pay that you have. And I know a lot of people are feeling that too, right? So, but we'll get there. I think the vaccinations are going up. I just got mine on Saturday on the weekend, so today's Monday. So a couple days ago, got the first dose, and hopefully in a couple weeks I can go for my second and be done with it. That would be nice. Heck yes. Ooh, bump. Ooh. I don't know where we're going today, but I think the biggest reason why the biggest reason why I haven't been making videos lately is, for me, it's so painstaking, but it's something I have to keep doing, even if it's not, you know, if it's once every so often or whatever. But like, I gotta do this for me, I think. But like, I think one of the other biggest reasons is I wanted to build up my confidence on this bike first before I start putting my mind elsewhere with things to do while I'm riding it, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of wanted to make sure I was on autopilot for it, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I want to be safe. Safe is number one. But the girlfriend, I have a new girlfriend, and I've seen her for about 6 months now. And up until now, I hadn't had a passenger or anything. It's always just been me, but she loves it, and that makes me happy. Makes me happy. But riding with a passenger is a whole other deal. But like, part of me wishes I would have got like a before video with the stock exhaust, so you could hear the difference. I don't know why I didn't. I meant to, even just like a cell phone video just for fun. But like, this is the first time I guess I've ever had audio recording of the bike, so I'm kind of excited when it comes time to offload all this. I'm excited to hear it. Wind noise. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, but yeah, no, like, the thing I was worried about with the 750 is like I wanted to be able to cruise on the highway if I had to. You know, it's not something I go out of my way to do, but if like when we had our big trip and stuff like that, there's a lot of highway riding just to get where we had to go, and I wanted to make sure that this thing could do it no problem and keep up with everyone else's. Everyone else, you know, they're on the big Harleys and the 114s, and I think my dad's is I think it's a I don't know, he rides a Harley Ultra Limited, and so does my uncle, and my cousin at the time had a 114 Yamaha Raider, I think, and he just traded his in literally last week for a Road Glide Ultra, a brand new one. And I haven't got to go for a rip with him yet, but I'm going to bring the GoPro when we do, because the bike looks hella sweet. It'll be a while before I'm looking into switching this one. Also got to pay this thing off first, but part of me really wants that Pan Am, the Harley Pan Am. But part of me also wants an Indian Challenger really bad, or a Chieftain. So I'm kind of on the fence. But it'll be a while before I get to that point, I think. Slow down. Went out in just a t-shirt yesterday and I'm super sunburnt. It's like 90 degrees out and humidity, and the sunburn, so I'm wearing a sweater, but this is it. This is my baby. The only thing I'm not huge on is like this. I like the pinstriping, but I don't like the 80-inch on there. I think it looks kind of corny, but I do love the blacked out hardware. 100%. I got the blacked out Freedom Performance, the 2-in-1 exhaust. That's pretty awesome. And it sounds wicked. Eventually I want to do the air breather and the filter and stuff, but that'll come later on. I'd love to get it reflashed by Ivan, but I'm going to do that, I think, when I don't need the bike and I'm not worried about it being down for a bit. But I did add the tour trunk. So for those of you that have this bike or have the similar where it has like the quick detach backrest, so what I did was obviously you take the screws out and you take the backrest right out, comes out of the side arms because it's a quick detach. And then I have a millwright friend at work. He took all the measurements and he made me the rack for it. And then we painted it, spray painted it black. Yeah, this is just spray paint, but it looks pretty good. Then we got it mounted on there. Now the big debate I'm having is like, luckily everything else is blacked out, so like the trunk doesn't look completely out of place as is. I hate the chrome. I want to get that switched, but I'm debating whether I should have it wrapped to match the bike and have like the chrome to match these parts here and stuff like that. But as of right now, I'm kind of okay with it the way it is. And like if I really wanted to, I can just take the trunk off and have nothing on the back, and it looks a little sleeker. But it's not like I'm doing anything long distance at this point, and I'll keep that on there if the girlfriend wants to go for a ride, so that way she has a backrest of some sort. But yeah, this is it. This is the nice thing is you don't see many videos about this version of bike. There's a couple of like for sale or like their promo videos from Yamaha or whatever, but no actual videos with this bike, with the exhaust, etc., etc. And you don't see these bikes with the tour packs on them either, so it feels a little unique to me, which is good. But before this turns into a 45-minute video, we're gonna keep going. I just wanted to stop and show you guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I know you guys were commenting on the older videos with the shadow, and seems to be some good response on the shadow. So we're going to turn her over in here and start up. Here we go. So one thing that YouTube did have a lot of is exhaust videos for the V-Star 1300s. And like they had Cobra and Vance and Hines, and then I stumbled across this one, the Freedom Performance, and I didn't want something that was like obnoxiously loud, you know what I mean? Like it's still got a great rumble to it, and she barks, you know, she's got a good bark to her. Like for me, like for right now, for just being around here, that's all the power I would ever need. You know, like I can't complain. The bike sounds awesome. I would change the seat on this thing eventually. Like I've been having issues with my feet. Working at the factory and stuff, being on my feet 12 hours, and my right foot, I got the plantar fasciitis. So if I'm on my feet for too long, I start to feel it in my heel. And I was going somewhere with that, I forget. Oh, so yeah, but like it's got to the point where it's kind of affected my back a little bit. So if I ride for this thing for too long, it's still the stock seat, so it's got like the cool red stitching to match and whatnot. on too long. My butt sinks right down to the seat plate, and then I'm sore. I'm sore as all hell. So yeah, so like eventually I might have like change the seat out or whatever, but for the most part, this thing is awesome. Now, when it comes time for the next one, it's gonna be a bigger engine. Woo! That was windy. But the next bike, I'm really up in the air. Do I want to be cost effective and blah blah blah. Really leaning towards a Vaquero, the Kawasaki Vaqueros. For what you get compared to the price, I think they're like $21,000 brand new out the door. Like, that's a good deal. You get a 1700cc engine. You don't get any of this stuff, which I have my phone, like I have the quad mount, or the quad lock mount, and so I could have the GPS, and apparently, so this thing has a hardwired, like an old iPhone connector, like for charging, and you're supposed to be able to run your music off your iPhone, blah blah blah. I don't have an iPhone. I haven't had an iPhone in a long time. I run Android, but you can get a little Bluetooth adapter. It's called, I think the company is called Coolstream, and you just plug it in and you just Bluetooth to your bike, and it goes through the speakers. I got a speaker system. So the Vaquero doesn't come with the GPS, but I can use my phone for GPS if I really need it. Like, this is just for fun. And I can be able to set up my phone. I'm pretty sure I can just move the adapter I have on here, move it to the other one, and it should be fine. Everything I would ever need. I could, even if I don't paint the tour pack, I can keep the tour pack and throw that on there for fun. So like, I think like I showed my girlfriend actually this morning about the Vaquero, and her first thing was like, well, the passenger seat doesn't look comfortable, and it doesn't. It's, the Vaquero's meant for mostly solo riders, but you can switch the seat out to like a nice 2-up seat, and that'd be fine, I think. Yeah. So this is my new bike, Yamaha V-Star 1300 Deluxe Special Edition. I do love it very much, and with the exhaust on there, every time I crack her, it fucking sounds good. I love it. The only problem with being in Chatham is like you're always doing a big circle or whatever, like there's nowhere really to ride. So maybe I'll hit up the twisty road around here after this. We'll see. Yeah, so that's about it for now. Not really much going on, and I just wanted to show you the baby. It's been too long since I've posted anything, so we were due, and hopefully people will appreciate the video, because there's nothing else on YouTube right now with this particular bike, this model. You know, there's videos of V-Stars and the V-Star 1300s, but none of them come up like this. So hopefully people will find this video well and enjoy it. But yeah, that is going to be it for me, I think, for the day. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in to the Vader 88 channel. And we'll probably see you guys later. Cheers. Deuces.